always had a reasonably cordial relationship with Doria, your ex-wife and Meghan's mother. Has there been no contact between you two? Are you not able to sit with Doria and try and resolve this once and for all?
No, I've left a couple of letters for her. She didn't respond back. No, we've had no conversation. So obviously she's avoiding me, or has been told to avoid me. So I'm not sure what's happening.
There are people, as there always are when we do interviews with you, there are people that feel sorry for you and think it's so sad that you don't see your daughter and you have never met your grandson or indeed your son-in-law. There are other people, and you will expect this, who say, why is he back on television? Why is he saying more stuff? This will only add fuel to the fire. This will only make Meghan think that she's right not to have any contact with you. What do you say to people that feel that way?
I would tell them to try being in my position for a while and see what it's like. Have a family member ghost you and not speak to you, and see how you feel. It's something that stays with you 24/7 every day, and it never goes away, and it's always on your mind. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. It's very hard to deal with.
And you feel the only way, don't you, Thomas, that you can communicate with Meghan now is through interviews, because she doesn't respond to any texts or any letters or anything. The only way you can make any kind of contact with her is like this.
Exactly. So far, it's the only way, and I've never had a response since from any interview or any article. So yes, it's the only way.
And so the next time you might see her is possibly across a courtroom. And the reason for that is that there is a legal dispute over the letter that she wrote to you. She is now suing Mail on Sunday for breach of copyright over the publication of that letter. Can you explain why you shared that private letter publicly, what it said, and why you felt that the way that letter had been described in another publication had cast you in such a bad light?
The letter was sent to me. It was described in People magazine by people who call themselves friends of Meghan, as a loving letter reaching out to me. The word love never came into that letter, except at one time when she said her loving husband. She talked about her loving husband. She never at once in that letter asked about my health, how I felt, or anything. So this letter that was sent to me, and actually she claims it's her letter, but if it has a stamp on it in the United States, it becomes my letter as well. I reached out to the Daily Mail. They didn't come to me. I reached out and I said, I want to publish part of this letter because I want to make some things straight that were being said about me in People magazine.
Yeah, it was the Mail on Sunday, the Sunday version of the Daily Mail. And what this means, Thomas, is there's going to be a court case, unless this gets resolved before, in which Meghan is going to go into that courtroom and you're going to be there against your daughter, and you may meet Harry for the first time. It's going to be quite sensational if that happens. What do you feel about that?
At this point, I really don't know how I feel about it or what. All I know is that I'm taking responsibility for something I've done, which was reaching out to the Daily Mail on Sunday to put that piece in the paper. They didn't do it, I did it. And if it comes to meeting them in a courtroom, that's great. At least I finally get to see them. But I hope we don't. I don't want to face off or have a battle with them. That's not what I'm looking for.
You've suffered a lot of health issues in the last 18 months, and they've shown it would seem
Yes.
very little interest in your health. I mean, does that strike you as pretty extraordinary?
Well, when my father got sick, I went to the hospital. When my mother got sick, of course, I went to the hospital. I think it's a family thing to do. You take care of your parents. Here again, I'm saying take care of your parents, and I'm not asking my daughter to take care of me. I'm saying you look after your parents. Those are the people that brought you into the world, and they take care of you. You owe them that, to take care of them. Not money-wise. Like I said, when I use the expression, it's time to take care of Daddy, I was talking about myself, taking care of myself, because no one else is doing it. And it's not about money. It's about me taking care of myself. Maybe using my name, the Markle name, which has suddenly become the most really famous name, or the Brit name. I mean, I could use the British name as well now because I'm tied in with that. And I have a grandson that's a royal. In terms of taking care of Daddy, that's up to me.
Thomas, if Meghan is watching this interview, and she might well be, you are her father at the end of the day, what would you say to her?
Yes.
If you had the chance to talk directly to Meghan right now, what would you say to her?
I'd say I love you, and let's sit down and work this out. She was the closest thing to me for years and years and years until she went off to college, and even then. This is ridiculous. We should get together.
We know from the appalling tragedy of Kobe Bryant, who died with one of his daughters yesterday at the age of 41. As Kobe himself said before he died, life is short. Do you worry that, you're a man in your mid-70s, you've had serious heart issues. Do you worry that this may not get resolved before it's too late?
It's possible. It's possible. Well, but here again, Kobe was only 42, so anything can happen to anyone. I just think that this is kind of silly. It's gone on too long. I have apologized several times, and there isn't much more I can offer, except that I would love to make peace with Harry and make peace with my daughter, and certainly see my grandson.
When you look back, Thomas, because we all sort of publicly trace this back to those staged paparazzi pictures that you did before the wedding, do you pin the whole breakdown of the relationship on that moment that you made that decision and had those photographs taken? I mean, how much do you regret that stunt?
I regret doing that, but as far as I'm concerned, I was set up by a man named Jeff Rayner, who probably set me up so he could sell both sides of the picture, because he made a fortune on it. But it was a dumb thing to do. I realized it in the process of doing it. It was done to improve my image, because for the year before, I was always seen carrying beer out of a grocery store or looking sloppy and stupid everywhere. And I just tried to improve my image. This man told me that he had been improving images for people for years. Elizabeth Taylor's last boyfriend, apparently, he had made that guy look good, and he was going to make me look good. So yes, I made a serious mistake with that.
Thomas,
But when I went to apologize for it...
Yeah, please finish.
I was told not to apologize by Meghan and Harry. They said, don't apologize. And then I tried to apologize through Jason Knopf, who is one of their representatives, I guess. But I don't know if the apology went through or not, but I tried to apologize for it.
And finally, Thomas, what's your message to Prince Harry if he's watching this interview?
man up and fly down and see me.